Hildesheim. Players' Championship 8 will be decided between Martin Schindler of Germany and Jeffrey de Graaf of Sweden. A new name will be on the Players' Championship Roll of Honour. These two have never won a players' title in their career. They've been to finals before, one each. Jeffrey here in Hildesheim, in fact, 12 months ago. Martin a couple more years further back, but he'll feel that he is fortunate to be here. We're missing match starts from Patrick Giritz in his previous semi-final. Reeling off 4 legs on the spin, but will he make the most of it against a Jeffrey de Graaf who has been steady as she goes very much throughout the day. Had a little bit of trouble though against Dylan Slevin of Ireland. 5-1 up in that game and only fell over the line 6 legs to 5.
It'll be Jeffrey to throw for.
But for one of these two, it's going to be the first ever players' title. Matt Egger alongside me, Johnny Bryan, calling this final
25.
here in Hildesheim. Matt, did you have these two on your radar at 1 p.m. this afternoon,
25.
are actually making the final here today?
Yeah, this is the final I predicted, actually. So, start of the day. I think we've had a surprise finalist on both the occasions, although Jeffrey de Graaf's been here before. Still came into this tournament as the world number 64. Yesterday we had the world number 102. Adam Lipscomb reached this stage, which just goes to show the opportunity that we've been talking about from the very first start to the last has been well and truly cashed in by some of the players lower down in the rankings.
Oh, you're right. It's been the word of the week. Opportunity. Players' Championship 7 and 8.
60.
Yeah, for Jeffrey, he's been on the roller coaster of averages. He's had a 3-figure average today. He's also had a couple in the 80s as well.
57.
Martin Schindler at one point during that semi-final, I think we wanted the world to swallow him up. Just didn't want to be there, but found something. Dug deep to reel off 4 legs on the spin to contest this final here in Hildesheim.
And other than that game you already mentioned with Dylan Slevin, Jeffrey de Graaf has kind of got through today at a bit of a canter in regards to the score lines. Not really had too much drama to have to contend with. Not faced too much adversity.
58.
I feel like him feel he can dig himself out of these sort of holes should they appear in this game.
Yeah, you rightly mentioned, in fact, wins for Jeff de Graaf. Andy Bedens of Belgium, 6-1 with a 103 average. Darrell Gurney was a big win, 6 legs to 3. Ian White as well, another victory in the 4th round by 6 legs to 3
86.
as well. It's going to be Martin Schindler first of all, though, to take the first leg of this final, have first crack at it. 20 double 16 or 12 for tops. It's the 20. And 32, the destination.
80.
And he will return, try and take this first leg.
$48.
2 16s required.
Game shot.
And found. And Martin Schindler takes the first leg of this best of 15 encounter, 1-0.
$60.
Yeah, this is only the second meeting between these two. The previous meeting was won by Jeffrey de Graaf.
135.
It was many moons ago, though. 7 years, in fact, in a European Tour card holder qualifier. 6-5 on that occasion.
42.
So start this so far, de Graaf was quite similar to that in his semi-final clash with Dom Taylor. He was good on his throw, but slow against the darts. And here,
95.
running the risk of an early break. Martin Schindler in control.
Well, so far it's been much better for Martin Schindler compared to what we saw in the semi-final, when he was averaging around, 74 at one point.
60.
And I wonder how much of that comes down to what you've already mentioned. He'll probably feel that maybe he should have lost that semi-final. I mentioned a few times
96.
today that just removes that fear of losing when you feel you're already there, when you feel you've already got to that point where the game has gone.
24 to go.
102.
And he will return Jeffrey, yet to get down to a double.
140.
That's a good visit, though, from De Graaf, but Schindler, though, to double his advantage and an early break in this final. 2 sixes. Bottom of the board.
Game shot.
Pins double 3. Little fist pump from the wall. 2-zip.
It wasn't that long ago that Martin Schindler was playing in the final, the back end of the 2024 season, European Tour final in Switzerland. 8-7 victor on that occasion, beating Ryan
58.
Searle in the final, and that was a game of which Ryan Searle dominated throughout. Schindler hung on. Then
37.
Ryan Searle unable to cross the line. Martin Schindler cashed it in. That was his second PDC title.
58.
2 troublous visits to start this third leg. De Graaf really yet to get out the blocks, it seems.
58.
Good 20 points behind on the averages right now to Martin. Well, there you go, 17 in fact.
85.
Will be in the World Match Play, Martin Schindler, where he won't be defending
55.
anything because he went out in the first round a couple of years ago. So opportunity there to gain some ranking money. Good run here in the Players' Championships. Got European Tour action coming up as well. Martin Schindler is
100.
closing the gap on that world's top 16 position. Could find himself around
54.
about £40,000 away should he pick up the title here in event number 8.
$122.
That's a good visit, though. He's down to 78, and he's a country mile ahead in this third leg. De Graaf yet to get
43.
down to a double. Have a dart at a double, in fact. Schindler in cruise control, it seems. Not being pushed whatsoever by his opponent. Tops he wants,
58.
but will be returning, and no pressure being instilled here by the Swedish thrower.
He's had 15 darts. He's not even done half the leg yet, Jeffrey De Graaf.
66.
Martin Schindler will be enjoying this final.
Game shot.
Right now, he's in cruise control. 3-0. And Jeffrey De Graaf really needs to start getting in gear and quick.
100.
Otherwise, this final could be running away from him rather quickly. You can just see shoulders droop down a little by Jeffrey.
100.
Needs to regain his focus and his composure. But after 3 legs, only languishing on an average of 68.
41.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, just tried to get one over the top of those darts there, Jeffrey De Graaf. 2 darts on the bottom wire. Tried to float it over and just didn't have the power to get over the top.
29.
Now, we saw that a couple of times in the early part of the semi-final from Schindler. Plenty of his darts were drifting towards the treble 5 segment.
140.
That's better from De Graaf.
$125.
It's just coming low, isn't it,
56.
for De Graaf at the moment? Struggling to gain the height, and when you're a player like De Graaf who's got that upwards angle of the dart, you do want the dart just to be on the top wire rather than coming underneath.
95.
Sort of working as a blocker rather than a help.
Treble 18 for the bullseye now, and the shot is on. Bullseye required.
139.
That would have been a confidence boost, but this would hurt from Schindler. Another one of them for 32,
120.
just on the wire.
De Graaf closed his eyes and hoped for the best.
17.
Aye, 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 indeed. Schindler for a double break and halfway to victory.
Game shot.
4-zip the score to the wall, and he's 4 away from taking the title here on home soil.
Double break as well there for Martin Schindler. Gives him full control of this fixture. Very rare do you get these sort of moments in finals where just sort of goes through at a bit of a canter. He's only averaging 87 here, Martin Schindler.
134.
Graaf only had 2 darts at a double.
Yeah, very much in cruise control is the Schindler. He hasn't really got out of first gear in this game. And with respect to Jeffrey de Graaf here, Matt,
58.
he hasn't needed to. Because Jeffrey hasn't brought his A game whatsoever.
140.
I think Jeffrey would argue he's not even brought his B game as of yet, but now starting to find here. A couple of back-to-back power scores there for Jeffrey de Graaf. And the beauty is this is on the Martin Schindler
52.
darts, and what on earth was that one?
Again, that's an example of what we saw in the semi-final on a number of occasions from Schindler.
60.
Throwing like myself in the Monday League, that one. That was after having 2 in the 20 segment, drifted into a 12. But he's way back on 3-3-4.
$100.
So 2 visits from de Graaf at 167. Treble 19 required. Would have got himself down to a reasonable finish, but only 45 scored. It just opens the door a little for Schindler to get back into the leg. With the power score coming in here.
100.
18's the target on 122. Treble 18 for the bullseye. It will stay there. 90 will leave 32.
54.
And no reward from those scores from de Graaf. Just see he's just walking him away, and the annoyance of what he's been throwing at in this final so far. Big 16 coming in here for Schindler to
94.
set of 40 should he return. 20 for double 18.
50.
And just inside of Martin Schindler here could be 5 legs to the good. 2 10s. And
Game
it is
shot.
5 legs to the good to Martin Schindler. He's now only 3 away. And you've got to feel now for Jeffrey de Graaf. He's just not had it his own way in this final so far.
Yeah, literally nothing happening here for Jeffrey de Graaf, and that was his
97.
best opportunity. A couple of big power scores to open the score in there on the Martin Schindler darts, who had 3 scores of 50 to start that leg. So
96.
holding on to his darts, you don't feel there's going to be a better opportunity for Jeffrey de Graaf present itself than that.
100.
Winning legs for Schindler 16, 15, 19, 18 and 20. Rates to an
55.
average in the mid-80s.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just seeing what the average is at the end of that 5th leg is 74 for Jeffrey, 85 for Martin. It's not
100.
exactly vintage stuff, but for Schindler, he'll be keeping an eye on what the leg score is. Never mind the averages, and right now he has 5 next to his name.
It's the only number that matters, isn't it?
Exactly.
134.
Oh, a slip there from Jeffrey de Graaf doesn't leave a finish, and now an opportunity for another breaker throw here for Martin Schindler. He can find a couple of trebles.
Yeah, absolutely. This will turn into a parade. Again, there's another example of that 5 drift again.
44.
Big 11.
31.
To leave 32. And he will return as well with mine on 172 after that lackluster visit. Another example.
49.
Now spraying darts all over the place. De Graaf on 32. To get a leg on the board in this final. Has to come across, trying to open the bed up.
Game
And
shot.
Jeffrey de Graaf is on the board. Picks up the first leg and trails now by 4.
180.
Second max for Martin Schindler.
43.
It just feels a bit desperate, doesn't it, for De Graaf? He's had quite a bit of success in finals in recent times. 59. Certainly on the PDC Nordic Baltic system, 5 titles he's picked up. When you've been winning finals, it doesn't matter so much where 100. They are. Winning in that environment, that sort of all or nothing game.
Good utilisation of the bullseye. Set up a finish, but he's 200 ahead already in this leg.
140.
Good power score there from Jeffrey de Graaf, but it's still going to be 6 darts for Martin Schindler at 158. 18's now the target.
98.
Leaving even 60 when he returns.
Could be the best leg of the game, this one from Schindler.
60.
Tops are a 14.
Game shot.
And started that one with a maximum. Did it in 15 darts. And Martin Schindler now just 2 legs away from victory. And
93.
Beginning to sense here the De Graaf race may be beginning to falter here. His race could be run. Schindler just 2 away from victory, and now eyeing up the winning post.
58.
Martin Schindler will be thinking just more of the same. 15 darters with the throw. Going to force Jeffrey de Graaf to have to go out in 12, of which at the moment hasn't shown signs of that. However, his first maximum just start to put him in a bit more of a positive place.
180.
Back-to-back 180s from both players. An excellent response there from Schindler, and look what's happened to Jeffrey on that throw. Couple of looseners. Schindler needing to find a treble here. We'll use the 19s at some point here. Should be now.
137.
Very low. Again, that's been the dart for Jeffrey de Graaf. That's been the problem.
55.
Dropping darts low. Unable to reach, unable to find a sign of tension. What a dart that is.
Game shot.
Oh, wow. Martin Schindler breaks the throw with a 1-2-6 finish. How he got past that first dart, I do not know. Finds a bullseye. He's got a big smile on his face, and rightly so.
Well, he's 6 up with 7 to play. 1 a leg away from victory. A rueful smile across the German's face.
57.
And now just has to remain professional to get the job done.
He's trying to fight the smile back, isn't he?
134.
Knows the job isn't quite done yet. Knows there's still work to do.
And now for Jeffrey de Graaf, he's got to act like these, and it's a free swing.
$45.
Oh, no, if that doesn't sum up your day, I don't know what is.
Since that leg from Jeffrey de Graaf, where he got his first leg on the board, Martin Schindler has really stepped up the levels.
58.
15 darter, followed by a 12 darter.
60.
Still, control of this leg.
Yeah, very much so. 9 darts from 286 may be enough here.
96.
To get himself over the line to take his first player's title of his career. And de Graaf, you've got to feel some sympathy for him now.
61.
He's played well all day, but just hasn't brought it here to this final. But Schindler has to get over the line.
45.
Just opens the door ajar just a little.
Well, he's down. He's within range. Schindler be able to win this with a bit of a fanfare finish. Not going to be. Set up play it becomes for Schindler. Does the job well to Graaf. Maybe the last roll of the dice.
Trouble 19 or 15, so he'll go instead. To keep the match going. 2 18s.
83.
Match point Schindler should have 2 darts to take the title. 18 taken off. Darts at tops.
38.
2 match darts missed.
Well, De Graaf didn't expect it. He put his darts down. He's been seeing the way Martin Schindler's been taking out these finishers. Thought the job was done. Thought his race was run. Before to stay in it.
14.
And now, double 10, the target for Martin Schindler. Maybe building up a little bit of emotion here as well. A rueful smile across the German's face. 2 10s required, and 2 10s has been found. Martin Schindler of Germany wins on home soil, takes his first ever players' title here in Hildesheim. He did it the hard way in the semi-final, winning 4 legs on the spin to reach the final, and he had it all his own way in the final against Jeffrey de Graaf. An 8-1 victory for Martin Schindler, his first ever Players title, and takes Players Championship 8 here in Hildesheim. Many congratulations to him, and let's hear what he'll have to say very shortly with Mark Wilson.
To be a pair, my friend. If I can ask you just to stand at the end of the hockey there.
Like this?
Yeah, like that. Very good.
How easy going?
Martin Schindler, 3rd title in 12 months. How do you feel after that?
I'm gonna be honest. I know I haven't played great today, but well, I've managed to win my games, and that's the most important thing, I guess. You know, I have played great.
Talk to me about that semi-final, because we've got a picture of you leaning on that stanchion at the end of the stage. You looked in bits because you were on the verge of going out. You survived 2 match darts, and then you produced a real burst to win it. What were you thinking at that point?
Well, I thought, you know, he's fair play to Patrick, but he wasn't playing great. And I thought for myself, I could do better. And this was the same thing when I was leaning to this, I don't know, to the statue or whatever. And I thought to myself, like, you can do so much better. Just give it a little bit, and maybe it will be enough. But yeah, well, to be honest, like I said before, I wasn't playing great today. I managed to get through to the hard, to the difficulty situations, and in the end, I'm very happy to win my 3rd title right now.
Yeah, 3rd title in 12 months. Your first place championship. It's taken some getting, hasn't it? This first place championship one.
Well, I always thought that the first title I am going to win is going to be a Players Championship one, but I'm obviously now winning the 2 Europeans in front of that. But to be honest, I really don't care. If I want to, if I'm allowed to swear, I would really swear.
No,
right now,
don't do that. Don't
it's
do
all
that.
right, but yeah, I'm so freaking happy right
Good.
now. It's okay to say it like that.
I know,
all right?
I know you've got a lot of family and friends here. I mean, what does that mean to you that they're here to enjoy this with you?
Well, how can I say it? It's like, I think it's a second title that I have now in Germany. But to be honest, you know, it's not like because we are playing in Germany means like we have a freebie, how Adrian Lewis was saying to me in the past. Like, but we always need to perform. We always need to play, and we have to do our best for ourselves, for not anybody else. And it's never easy to play in front of your home crowd, to play in your own country and everything. And you have to get used to it, that you can progress with it and get better and everything. Yeah.
What's the target now then? You've won 3 times in 12 months. What's next for you? Maybe a couple of pints, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to win another one. Well, to be honest, I've put myself so much under pressure in the world's like won 2 Euros this year, and I want to go on and go on. I put myself probably into the top 16, and I don't know if you know it, but I've lost in my first game I've played. So it's never a good thing to put myself under too much pressure. So I'm looking forward to playing the next tournament. If I'm going to win a one, I'll take it, but I'm not going to put myself under pressure anymore.
Well, congratulations on your third win and your first place championship victory.
Thank you very much. Go on! Go on!
Brilliant.
Cheers,
Well
mate.
done. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.